Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to be changing the injectors. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell to stay up to date with this build. Alright, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, got the injectors here. I don't believe they're true Bosch, but have a quick look. Spaces. So apparently these are 1300s. Little injector. So yeah. But first up, I was looking at the logs from yesterday, so Saturday, and we're out a bit at the top end of the MAF. If you didn't know, I did a 15% increase at the start and then 7.5. So I've just done the whole MAF rescale at 15. So we need to take it out first to see if that's all good. Once it's all good, we'll start doing the injectors. So I'll probably just show you a couple of little things and then we'll come back in and start pulling it apart to put the new injectors in. Alrighty guys, I have just reflashed the ECU with 15% increase on the MAF. So I'm just going to take it out for a drive and we'll have a look at I'll have a look at the logs and see how it is. And we'll most likely have to redo that again once the new injectors go in. But try to get as close as possible. The bottom half was really good and the top half was out. So it might be because we're losing injectors, because we got to 95%, maybe even more than that, 98% duty cycle, which is, yeah. Did it again. Forgot to turn the scavenger pump on. Alright, I think I know the issue that I have with the wastegate. This port here was actually blocked, and when you're just running it to the bottom, you need the top one open. So like what I've done here, so the top one's open. It's just plugged. So I've just got a 1/8 male to male, and then a 90 degrees, so it's facing down, so nothing gets in there to wedge the spring. And this was actually wound in quite a bit, so it had a bit more tension on the spring as well. So this should open, and you shouldn't hear a scream. So with the oil, I think it was more just external on the exhaust. Obviously I had the wastegate off, there's no oil in there. I think it's just all run down and onto the exhaust. So I've cleaned up as much as I can, and get it back on the ground. I'll start her up, let her run for a while. You can see there's some oil seeping through there again. So once again, this is going to be a long cleanup. It's going to take a while to get rid of all that oil. Yeah. So we go with that wastegate and the new MAF scaling as well. So I'll get that pump on. So I need to get a switch or a push button start. So that won't work unless scavenger pump is on, so I can go onto ignition, push it, won't start, so we can do all like the remapping and stuff in that phase. Turn the pump on, and then I can start it. And I need a switch for the green terminals too. So, bit of electrical stuff to do as well. But yeah. We'll see how this wastegate goes, and then we should be able to hold a boost level, and yeah. Alright, so she's been idling there for a little while. Seems okay. It's just the degreaser that's been burning off. I believe it was all external. So let's go for a quick drive, see how the mass airflow is, and get the wastegate to open. Wastegate to open then. Good, that's what we want. That was strange. Top end didn't really change, even though I changed it by 7.5 degrees. No, 7.5%. It is running a bit richer in the upper part, which at the moment I don't really care. I'm not too fussed. It could be the timing making that happen, but yeah, hitting the 95 duty cycle, and only on ECU says about 17 psi. The gauge says 20.5, but I need to get those injectors in, so let's do it. Alrighty guys, so I need to get these fuel rails off. This is going to be fun. So I'm going to do this side first. So we've got the injector down there and there. Hard line up here, so I need to take that off. And there's another one down there maybe. Need to take off. We should be able to pull them out. Might take these off. These, I don't have anything running through them, so it's no gases in that. So it might make it a bit easier if I take that off. So I'm going to disconnect the battery. So I'll probably end up taking this stuff off as well. I don't want any shorts while I'm playing with some fuel, so don't want it to go kaboom. So last night I was playing around with the tune, and I added the 1300 cc's into it with all the details that I was given with the injectors, so it should be okay to run. I haven't actually flushed it in yet, but let's see how we go. I'm going to change because these are my better garage clothes and I don't want to get fuel all over them, so I'm going to get into some junky clothes. Alrighty guys, finally back. It's like nearly 9 o'clock, and just to let you know, this isn't standard setup as well. I've changed it around so it's parallel setup. So we have a T joint at the end of this one here, and this one here from the filter goes down into a T as well. So that, and then that comes back up to here. So I believe that just went across to there. So now it goes down to a T, back up, and I've pretty much cut all of the hose the same length, so it should hit all the injectors at the same time. Even though it's got pressure there, you know what I mean. So yeah, we might just do this side today or tonight, and the other side tomorrow night. A bit more involved over on the other side, but let's get this rail off and swap those injectors over. Alright guys, just a bit of warning. If you're going to be playing around with fuel lines, most likely be some pressure in there, so just be careful. I'm going to take the pressure out of this one here, so I can have the rag underneath it to catch the fuel, and then we can play around and get it off. Alrighty guys, so I got the left side injectors out. I believe they're like 430 cc. That's what it's got in the ECU. So effectively we are going up by 3 times the size, though they are 3/4 size injectors. Alright, so got my verniers here. I'm going to be measuring up like all the grommets and getting the right lengths, stuff like that. Have the wiring over here to go from that to the original. So yeah, so here we go. Lost a bit of fuel obviously from the rail. I did take the pressure out with this one, but obviously there was fuel below that, and just when I pulled the injectors out, it's got a bit of fuel on it, so it's okay. But probably won't be starting out for a couple of days anyways, so should be okay. Hopefully it doesn't soak the heat rack in fuel. That would be a bit silly, wouldn't it? Alright guys, so looking at these injectors, it looks like this one goes down the bottom, and this one goes on top. Now over here, my Vaseline, my petroleum jelly. So I'm going to put that on these O-rings, and I'll slide these on, and I'll put it around here too. And then we'll just check the lengths. This OD is the same as that OD. We have a little O-ring there too, so I'll just do one, see how we go. Alright, there we go. So obviously once it's clamped down, it's going to seal really good, hopefully. But yeah, they are the same height, maybe like half a millimeter. I'll get these on and show you. So I'm at 62.9, this one is 62.4. So hopefully it'll just clamp down a little bit more, and we should be good. So I'll do another one, then before we put them in I'll put some Vaseline on these O-rings and cross our fingers they don't leak. So I guess after I put them in, I'll put the earth back on that I took off, do up the fuel, prime it, see if it's leaking or not, because I don't want to do all 4 and then they leak. But yeah, let's do another one. Alright, I've got them in, and I've got them wired in as well. I've got the earth back on. I haven't got this back on, or the one down there back on, but this is back on as well. So I'm going to prime it, and fingers crossed we don't get any fuel leaks. So yeah, just priming it. I guess I could prime it and then come over. Should should be able to see the fuel leak if it's coming out. I just primed it. Scourge pump came on, and it's slowly going down. It's normally a lot quicker to go down. So we've fixed something, kind of. But yeah, I can't see any fuel leaks. Hell yeah! I'm amazed. Things they don't normally work out like that. Knock on wood. Now for the hard part. This side. Also guys, if I run out of airflow, go out to a new sensor, or should I also go up to a bigger intake, like 4-inch all the way? I don't know. Also, when all this lockdown stuff is done, I'll probably get another light, and I'll make an intake. So yeah, so then we can get cold air straight in. That'll be obviously just for track days, and eventually get around to it. See how we're going. Good. Very good. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Might have a leak down here. I know. Just shiny parts. Now I did use Vaseline or petroleum jelly, whatever you guys call it, wherever you are, to go around all the O-rings. So hopefully that's helped it. Yeah. So I'll get these other bolts on and get the aircon back in, and then I'll have a look at how I'm going to do this side. Alright guys, playing around on this side. Had to get this stupid bracket off. Good thing I didn't put all the bolts back in, hey? But yeah, it's pretty annoying. So might just change it all tonight. I think I'm pretty close. So yeah. Boys. Okay, so all four are out. To get a bit of fuel spillage here. But hey, just gonna clean it up, isn't it? Alright, time to make up the other injectors and get them in. Okay guys, the injectors are back in. Well, not back in, the new ones are in. And I just primed it. As you can see, it's still going down a little bit. And we have no leaks. You might see some liquid over here. That is fuel, but that's when I took the injectors out. So now we've got to put it all back together. We had a couple of casualties. One of the brackets at the end of the rail. Doesn't really matter, but that doesn't have the bolt back in it. And also, it got dropped down there somewhere. And also, we have ripped the wiring for the water temp, but we all know that wasn't working properly anyways. So yeah, we're all back together. 1300cc injectors in, and I haven't put the tune in yet for it, so I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll do a startup. Let's see how we go. But I'm going to head inside now. Stink like petrol. I'm going to go have a shower and probably watched something on YouTube. Maybe Aaron Newman and his G35, his twin turbo G35. If you haven't yet and you like G35s, go check him out. I'll put a link up here. Alrighty guys, it's the next day. So last night I said there was no leaks. There were no leaks, but we just had pressure to the top of them. So injectors are mechanical, so when it gets the pulse, it opens. So we haven't actually seen if it leaks at the bottom yet until I start cranking it. So I've got my laptop in the car. I'm going to put the tune in there and we'll crank it and see how we go. Whew. Alright, it's done. Alright guys, first start up. I'll only do it for a couple of seconds. I'll check if we're leaking. Actually, get out, turn the pump on. Startup's a bit rough. I didn't see any leaks. Can't smell any fuel. It is running a little bit rough, so I might have to play around a little bit there. But it also might be that my fuel pump isn't big enough. I've got a 255, but I don't know. What fuel pump do you recommend for the 1300s? Bit of an overkill, but I'm sure this engine can do it. I was looking at a DW 400. What do you guys think? Deutschwerks 400. It's an in-tank direct replacement, so should be easy. Yes, a bit rough idling. I'll go have a look at the log that I just did. Yeah, come back a little bit later and see. Alrighty guys, so I had a look at the logs and they actually don't look too bad. Like the air fuel ratio is pretty much on point. The only problem is with the 16-bit ECU, we don't really have much control. I've just got my flow and my latency, so I can't even do anything with the pulse width or anything like that. So there we go. It's a little bit rough on startup. I need to really take it for a drive. I'll take it for a drive tomorrow. It's getting late now, but yeah, that'll still be in this video. So I'm going to start it up again. Just check everything, check the fuel pressure, make sure that's sitting around the 43 mark, and hopefully that doesn't start dropping off. So if that starts dropping off, then we need fuel pump. Alrighty guys, I'm actually going to finish this episode here. I can't get out today for a drive, unfortunately. So it's going to have to wait for next episode or the one after. But yeah, if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell. And I'll catch you next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.